Hey everybody, Nerd Transformed here again, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Transformers Power to Prime's leader class, Rodimus Unicronus. And man, do I feel lucky about finding this at my local Walmart. Like, my Walmart usually doesn't have anything other than like months old stuff. Like, I've still have Titans Returned and RAD stuff hanging around. Usually I just go there and just find Sea Sprays and Cosmos on clearance or something, but they actually had this guy, along with Optimus and Grimlock and Starscream. I'm not sure if the Optimus is from the first or second wave, but still. And I have this guy as well now. And gotta say, pretty impressed with the figure. Let's start off with his card, Power to Prime's card, Rodimus Unicronus. You can see specifically this is the Rodimus Micronus Unicronus. Say that 3 times fast. And you can see it says Power links with bots to consume their spark. Yep, this is an evil guy. And you do see Decepticon sigils on his side and on his front here. And basically, anybody who knows the Shattered Glass universe knows that this color scheme is the Shattered Glass Rodimus. And Shattered Glass universe is basically the alternate universe where Decepticons are good guys and Autobots are bad guys. So in that universe, we have Optimus and Rodimus as bad guys, and Megatron and Soundwave and such as good guys. But of course, Hasbro didn't want to confuse people about having a bad guy with an Autobot symbol on it, because in that universe, the Autobot symbol is still an Autobot symbol, it just represents the bad guys. So they decided just to label us the Decepticon, and basically this is meant to be kind of somewhere in a Nemesis Prime, and the fact that, at least for the Hasbro release, he's meant to be somewhere in Nemesis Prime, where he's a kind of an evil doppelganger to Rodimus that works for Unicron, or a corrupted version of Rodimus if you prefer, as he has the Matrix of Chaos instead of the Matrix of Leadership. But anyway, after that long explanations out of the way, I am starting off with him in his combined convoy mode. And I gotta say, it actually does look pretty good. I like how the piping looks. I do wish this actually connected like this, turned up at the end or something to connect it to. But I kind of get why they don't do that. And it does still kind of pull off the look from a distance of how it goes. He has more of the spiky flame effect compared to Rodimus's normal flames. I don't have the Rodimus from Power to Primes, unfortunately, the normal one. But, you know, this one does look pretty good. He's got quite a few paint apps. He's got some purple here, some silver on the sides, a little bit gray here. Front has this nice spiky purple look that makes it look really cool. Really pimped out there. A little bit gray for the headlights, and same on the other side. The stickers, unfortunately, are already kind of starting to peel off on mine. They are really nice stickers, though. They look really cool, but they are already starting to peel off. Oh yeah, he has some purple up here for overhead lights. So yeah, he makes for a pretty evil-looking convoy here. And of course, does have his weapon that splits in two, and is stored on the vehicle. You just peg him into the top like so. As I mentioned, I don't have the Power to Prime's Rodimus. I don't have the Titans Return one either, but I do have the old school deluxe one from the Battle in Space set. You can see, yep, much bigger than the deluxe. And just because I did get him while I was at Walmart as well, let's bring in Power to Prime's Optimus in his convoy mode just to show how they look together. Bit shorter than Optimus, but that's also because he's a lot more compact into here. And he does pull off in vehicle mode better. That's kind of the thing between those two. Optimus has a much worse looking vehicle mode, but we'll get to this later. But I think Rodimus here has a bit worse in the combined robot mode, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, the overall look still looks really good. He still works really well for Shattered Glass Rodimus, and if you're not into the Shattered Glass continuity, he'll still work really well as like a Nemesis version of Rodimus, if you prefer. Probably going to display him with my Unicron and everything. Let's go ahead and get him detached. I am going to go ahead and remove these right here. Oh, one interesting little thing is that if you actually fold out the back parts of the feet, you could theoretically get something like that to where you could have like a car ramp up onto him. If you're into that kind of play, I mean, you could do something like that, make it look like cars easy to take a car around. You could have a Rodimus carrying a Rodimus if you prefer. So yeah, you can do that. You can pull some Ultra Magnus kind of things there. But to detach him from this convoy is pretty simple. You're going to take the pipes, and they are clipped over this piece here, so you have to lift them up slightly. And just go ahead and point them forward, like so. You're going to take these pipes here and lift them up as well. They'll pop off of this black piece here, shown on this side as well. They're just kind of clipped onto there. Go ahead and bring them out a bit to get them out of the way. You're going to grab this whole panel right here, and it is tabbed in right above the wheel. Flip it on back on both sides. You see your little tabs right there above the wheel. Now he's tabbed into the convoy itself kind of interestingly. He is tabbed right here, and his leg, the back of his vehicle, or his bottom of his feet are actually tabbed into the knees of the combined mode there. I'm trying to show you that there, but you can see he's tabbed in right there. There's a tab that comes down from the top as well. So you're going to want to separate all of that to get him released. Then the pipes extend outward on a double hinge. They do tab into the same spot that the black panels did, like so. And that's all you have to do to get his Nemesis Hot Rod mode, is what he's being called for this release. And yep, he's a pretty good size here. He's about, he's a little bit bigger than a Deluxe. We'll bring in the other Hot Rod just to show you. You can see lengthwise he is about the same size, but he's a lot wider and a little bit bulkier. A little bit more square and chunky, so it kind of depends on which look you're going for, but I do think he looks like really good as Rodimus still. And we're going to bring in just the Optimus truck just to show you. You can see they're about... Rodimus is not as tall, but he's a little bit longer, so they're about the same size overall. And I don't believe there's a way to store the guns in this mode, unfortunately, so you're kind of just stuck with this. But he is very good looking. Not too much has been revealed really, other than the pipes are a little bit longer. You can see the spoiler now, which looks pretty good. This little piece does not flip up right in. You can't put a driver inside. This isn't Titan's Return. And looking at the bottom, you basically have a robot just kind of hiding down there. But overall, he does look pretty good. So let's get him to his normal robot mode. Transformation is pretty simple. Just unclip there and have them collapse in like so. And back here, to release his feet, it is a little complicated. Hold in by 2 clips. As there is a tab here, but there is also, you can see a tab hole, there's also a tab that comes in at the side. So you have to kind of pull them down like that to release them. Now release his legs. You can go ahead and take the spoiler and rotate it around. Like so, and it'll actually kind of clip into the top there. The feet, you're just going to simply pop them open, rotate the feet out, close it again, pop open this panel again, rotate it out, close it again. Take the arms, and you're just going to just kind of untab them. It'll untab from here and at the top here, like so, and you'll bring them down slightly on that little slider joint. And that's how you'll transform the arms. They're also tabbed in at the elbows, so you got to undo that tab as well. Then just go ahead and take the entire front of what the vehicle mode here, where the front bumper is. Bring it on down, and you're going to bring it up on a little slide joint and flip it around. That'll hide away the bumper and bring out Hot Rod's head, or Nemesis Hot Rod's head. And you're just going to close it up, and there you have Nemesis Hot Rod in his normal robot mode. Stay. Now we have him in robot mode. Let's go get comparisons out of the way. Here's Nemesis Hot Rod next to Orion Pax from the Power of the Primes leader class. You can see they're basically about the same height. Orion Pax is a little bit taller, just a slight hair. So there's that. And let's bring in the Classics Generations Hot Rod Balance Base, whichever version you have. You can see this one's a lot taller. These two are a bit closer to Voyager class. A scrawny Voyager, but they are about Voyager class in their current state. And I know a lot of people complain about this figure. I mean, he does have some odd proportions. In my opinion, his arms are a little too skinny. I think his hips could have been a little, not his hips, but his lower legs could have been a little bit longer. But when you really look at him next to our other choice for a Hot Rod, besides the Titan's Return one, it comes out a lot better, considering he's a lot less complicated of a transformation, but he comes out looking quite a bit better in my opinion. Because this one, with how much stuff he has just hanging off of him and just the weird proportions he has too in the arms and then the legs and tiny little head, I do think this one comes out looking quite a bit better. Maybe I'll feel different when I get the actual Rodimus Prime for this line, but I think this one mostly pulls it off a lot better. Even as far as back kibble goes, I mean, it's about the same on both of them. I do know some people complain about how you can actually see the window underneath there, and there actually is a way to fix that. Because this whole piece on this back, the fin, it's just on this little sliding joint down here. This little mushroom peg. So if you actually pop off that mushroom peg, and then you can actually just have it clipped into the back like so using the transformation joint. Granted, that is parts forming, but this figure's already going to parts form quite a bit. It gets the fin right where you want it, and it gets rid of the window from being exposed below. So if that does bother you, you can do that. It doesn't bother me at all, so I'm not going to keep it that way. I'm going to go with the official transformation. But that is something you can do if this little bit of red sticking below bothers you at all. And of course, he does still have his weapons. You can give him... You can go ahead and combine them, but you're meant to kind of give them individually in this mode, and they look alright. I do like this how this one looks quite a bit more, because I think this is actually how his G1 weapons looked, or they might both be. This one, it kind of does look like he's just kind of holding the barrel of a gun. But neither of them look bad, they both look pretty good. And as you can see from the sticker of this figure, he is going for quite of a G1 toy kind of look. As you can tell from like the arrows here and here. You got the G1 style stickers up here as well, G1 toy style anyway. And the rest is all paint. He has quite a bit of this like nice metallic paint. I'm not sure if this is paint up here or not, right here where his hands are. It might be plastic, it might be, I think it's just plastic piece put in, because you can see it's down here with the hand too. But I'm not sure. But he does have this metallic purple paint right here along the cod piece. You do get this right here, and that's not the same as the car mode one, because the car mode one's back here. So it actually is a completely new decal right here. Oh, it's very similar. You do get a little bit of paint right here underneath where the shoulders are. The head itself is very nicely painted with the bright red eyes and the gray face and the purple along his helmet. It looks like something on Mega Man almost. I really like how that looks. I'll probably display him in this mode almost, but his combined mode does look quite a bit better. But I gotta say, for an individual Hot Rod mode, he looks pretty good. I was worried about proportions when I first saw him, but to be honest, having him in hand, he looks a lot better than he did on the promotional art. Articulation wise, he does have quite a bit. His head does rotate. It's not ball jointed. Arms can go outward along this joint, and they are ball jointed as well, so you can get a little bit outward movement without using that strut. And they can go full 360 if you wish. He does have two elbow joints, one here along with the wheel, if you wish to use that. And he does have one below that's ball jointed, and you can use the ball joint between the two. So you can use the two elbows together to kind of get this kind of look if you want. Kind of like he's a waiter. And he does actually have hand articulation. It's kind of hard to show, so I'm going to put a gun in his hand to kind of show this. But he does have, actually, hold on, does he have rotate? Oh no, I'm thinking of the combined mode, aren't I? I'm sorry, he does not have wrist rotation. His combined mode has wrist rotation. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately. Flip this panel up, and his legs can go this far forward. Can't really go back at all because of the window, unfortunately. He can go that far outward. He does get a swivel, and he does have just shy of 90-degree knees. And he does have some ankle tilt. So you can get some pose going like that. Rather missing pose, or rather silly pose like he just slipped on banana peel. Whichever you prefer. So he has a decent amount of posability in this mode. So overall, I do think this is a really good mode. Nemesis Hot Rod is a really good figure on its own. I almost kind of wish they'll have like some kind of separate release for people who don't want the combined mode, they just want the Hot Rod. But this is not Nemesis Hot Rod, this is Rodimus Unicronus, so he does have his combined mode. So we're going to bring in back in this trailer here, and basically there is quite a bit of part forming going on here. A lot more than Optimus, that's for sure. So how you're going to start off is you're going to grab the front piece here. You can see where it splits right there. Just grab it and start pulling it out kind of in an upward direction. And you'll eventually pull out what will be the arms for Rodimus Unicronus. So then you're left with this big chunk. And what you're going to do is come back here and tab those to give him his feet. Go ahead and pull out the back part of it, whichever you want to call these. Heel spurs, there we go. I knew there was a name for them. And then you're going to grab this piece here and separate from the bottom half. And it is tapped in here. So straighten the legs out like so. Then you're going to come to here and split it open. And that'll actually also reveal the matrix there. So go ahead and take this whole piece, flip it around on this double hinge. And it'll actually peg in right there. That'll give you room to straighten out the legs, flip down the crotch plate. Then these pieces come back together since it no longer has this middle piece in the way. That just makes a big hollow bit along the back. Take this gray spoiler bit and just flip it down like so. And let's go ahead and get a look at that Matrix of Chaos while we have it right here. It is the same mold as Optimus's, but it's done in a slightly more of a light gray. And it has a black paint in the middle with little purple edges, and then it has a nice red clear plastic piece in the middle. Actually, let me get Hot Rod's out just to, or not Hot Rod, Orion packs this Matrix out. Just to go ahead and get the comparison out of the way. So here's Matrix of Leadership, Matrix of Chaos. And you see it is a slightly lighter gray on the handles. But same mold overall. Just thought I'd go ahead and show you what they look like together. Let me put that back in Orion pack so I don't lose that. Alright, back to transformation. Go ahead and split those legs. And that's all you're doing with that piece. Get that right there. Go ahead and raise the camera up a little bit because he is going to be quite tall. Take Rodimus, or Hot Rod here. Bring the head back down. Go ahead and undo that part of transformation. Put it back in there. Take the arms and use the double elbows to go ahead and get them up and out of the way. Slide the shoulders back up and peg them back into the front there. Like so. Then you're going to take this piece back here, bring it up like so. And once you do that, you're going to go ahead and grab the front here. And it's going to untab right there. And that'll also reveal Rodimus's head there. So go ahead and get that down. Take what were the legs, bring them out, splayed out completely like that. And you're going to take the back part and rotate it to have the spoiler up. Then you're going to take what were the calves, rotate them around. Go ahead and pop this up and put the feet away too. And then just point it up like that. So we'll do the same on this side. Pop this open, put the foot in, rotate it around. It is on the hinge there, so just bring it on up, and that'll form his shoulders. Now combining them into this is a little complicated. So what you're going to do is this piece where the spoilers, this whole piece that's the top of the car, will slide into this back part here. And then this little clip here will attach right there where Rodimus, or Hot Rod's crotch was. So you're going to just take it, line it up. You have to line it up here right there. That'll slide on down. And you can see that slides into the back. That clips in right there. Then you're going to bring this whole part down. And this part can be a little complicated too, because this right here will clip into right here. Oh, I need to put the Matrix back in. Here you go, Matrix of Chaos. Make sure that's in there before you put all this in, because otherwise you have to do all this up here. Bring that on down. It'll clip in place. Then the arms, there's actually a small bit behind the arms that has to slide up into here. And if you do that just right, you'll have the arm at a 90-degree angle like that, with the pipes pointing straight down. So you gotta kind of slide it up into there and press down on it. And that's how you should have the arms at a 90-degree angle pointing straight down. Like so. Then you're gonna take this chunk, splits in half. The tabs don't really hold on at all. But flip them around. The only thing you have to do for transformation from these is pop this clip out of the way and reveal the hands. And just make sure these are pointing straight to give him his pipes. Then they have these little tabs that'll hold on to the arm. Just gonna simply press it on like that. Do the same with this side. Uncover it, make sure the pipes are straight. As I mentioned, you're just gonna take these tabs, just press it onto there, like so. And there you have Rodimus Unicronus in his combined Rodimus mode. Now we have Rodimus's robot mode. Let's go ahead and get comparisons out of the way. Here he is next to the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime. You can see they're very similar in size. I think Rodimus, actually his head does come up to just barely above Rodimus's head, so I think Optimus is slightly taller. But you can also cut the shoulders here with the pipes and everything, and yeah, they're basically the same height, no matter where you look at it. And to bring in that deluxe Hot Rod or Rodimus from the Classics and Generations line, let's go ahead and just get him right there. See, he's much shorter now. Comes up to barely at the top of his hips, at the top of his head there. So let's go ahead and get those two out of the way. Oh crap, Rodimus fell over. That's not bad balance, it's just how my review's standing right now, it's a little bit unstable. Let's go ahead and get him standing back up. Plus, I had to lean him back, have him leaning back a little. Now, between Optimus and Rodimus, I think Rodimus definitely feels a lot nicer in his robot mode and his vehicle mode, but the combined mode, I do think Optimus pulls off a little bit better. Mainly because Hot Rod's legs are kind of just sitting here and there's not really anything covering them. Now, you can take the arms and work them out and have them above the arms, but you're then left with like 2 stacks of pipes just next to Rodimus's head. I don't really think that looks too good. Plus, it's kind of a pain to pull off. So I kind of just leave the arms where they're supposed to be down there locked in. But let's go on to Rodimus himself, and looking at that head, it's a very nice head. They took the Rodimus head, left the crest and everything, but then gave him these really nice red shades. Now, my background started coming down. That's weird. And a very nice little mustache and goatee combo going on there, and it makes for a very intimidating looking Rodimus. I mean, you would not want to mess with this guy. And he does kind of follow that usual design that a lot of the Unicron minions kind of follow. It looks very similar to Scourge. Kind of also reminds me of the Transformers Prime repaint of Prowl that became Barricade. He does have a very similar to that Transformers Prime Barricade look with the mustache and everything. Kind of actually does remind me of like that. But of course, he does have a weapon. You can take his 2 guns, combine them together again, like so, which is accurate to the G1 Rodimus weapon, I believe. And you can put that right in his hand, like so. It looks pretty good. It looks like a very intimidating weapon. It looks like you can snipe somebody from a mile away. Or just a very intimidating rifle to go hunting with. So that's all very nice. As far as details go, other than the face, he does have the same chest thing going on right there. This is the same that was on the front of the car. It does still look very nice here. You can see a little bit of silver here now, a lot easier. He does have some silver on the shoulder, and this little purple lines on each shoulder are stickers. And they're actually slightly different, because you notice here there's like a slight silver trim, but mostly purple. While over here there's a lot more like half silver, half purple going on. I'm not sure if it's meant to be like that, or if I just got a bad set of stickers. But on mine at least, there are 2 different stickers on each shoulder. You do get some gray right here on the arm to kind of break it up, all that black. You do have the silver pipes on the side. Some purple right here, just little dabs of it. A couple of stickers right here, very similar to the G1 toy. And if you actually look close enough, I'm not sure if my camera's going to pick it up, but on his knees, the little sticker with a little red dot actually says Rodimus on it in purple. So that's kind of interesting. Some tech detail there. And a little bit of purple right there on the foot, kind of giving it some piping detail. So not a lot of paint, but just enough to kind of break everything up. And honestly, I kind of like it that way. He is meant to be a very big, intimidating, like not Nemesis Prime style. And if this is how they're handling him, I kind of hope we get a repaint of Optimus like this as Nemesis Prime, because that would be really cool looking. Now, some people are bothered by the part forming, as of course both of these figures are already going to be part forming, but Rodimus in particular has some extra bits since Optimus, his trailer stays whole, it completely turns into the body, while Orion Pax becomes the middle piece. Rodimus also becomes the middle piece, but he becomes the shoulders, and then he has to have the trailer form the bottom half in the arms. So you do have some part forming going off. That kind of thing bothers you. It's not going to be for you kind of thing. He does pull it off a bit better than the original Rodimus, because on Rodimus, he had like 2-toned arms going on, where he had like maroon for the arms and then brighter red for the shoulders. Here, it's all black and it all goes together. You can still see the crease where they combined, but it doesn't look that out of place. It kind of looks almost like his feet transformed into the arm somehow. I kind of like that look. The only thing I really like is the legs. They are a little too bulked out for my taste, with the kibble just kind of attached to the side and the legs not sticking out far enough for my taste. But that's just a me thing. They probably won't bother you. And I do like the spoiler is still big enough, where even the bigger shoulders, you can still see the spoiler just fine. There's enough of it to still invoke that Rodimus style. And yeah, he does have quite a bit of kibble sticking off the back there, but it's not as bad as the promotional pictures make it look. It is very hollow. It's just a big panel where everything was covered up. And it forms an alright kibble backpack. It's not that heavy, so he's alright. Mine just has slightly loose knees, so that's why he keeps kind of trying to lean back. Hopefully that won't happen with yours, but mine does have loose knees, just to point it out. As far as articulation goes, he has a decent amount. His head does rotate full 360. Well, no, not full 360. He can only go about that far that way and that far that way. But enough you can have him looking to the left and right if you want. The shoulders are a bit weird. The outward articulation you have to use the leg joints for, so that might look really weird if you don't like that look. But the arms do still fully rotate 360. They can bend inward, like so, but if you have them rotate up, it means bending like that. So to get it going outward like this way, you do have to use the leg joint, unfortunately. There's already some third-party fillers right here to cover up those areas if you want. You do get a rotation at the elbow. You do get a just over 90-degree elbow, which is pretty nice. The hands do rotate. They actually do rotate, not Hot Rod, but Rodimus's rotate. No waist articulation, but if we flip this up, you do get legs going that far forward. Only that far back due to the kibble, but you can kind of pop that out of the way and get going further back if you want. Goes that far outward. You do get a rotation here. You do get a 90-degree knee. And you actually do get quite a bit of ankle articulation. It's nice to see leader classes with hand articulation and actual ankle articulation. As you can see, you get hinge going that way and that way, but you also get some ankle tilt. We have not seen ankle tilt on something besides like Masterpiece figures in quite a while. And it's really nice. It's not accidental. It's not part of the transformation. He has full-on ankle tilts that you can use. So does Optimus Prime. It's actually really nice to have these again, especially when you're paying $45 for a figure. So that is really nice in my opinion. We have not had, I mean, Ultra Magnus didn't have ankle tilt. Six Shot kind of had ankle tilt. I mean, they're starting to bring it back, but they have it in full force here with ankle articulation. It's really nice. Kind of sucks about no waist articulation, and Optimus's hands don't move. But Rodimus here, he's got everything you need for articulation. So yeah, the one big thing with this figure that's going to probably bother you the most is the shoulders going on here. When you don't have him posing, you just have him standing there, it looks fine for the most part. You don't really notice it. But yeah, once you start trying to pose the arms and trying to use the outward articulation, it does become kind of bad. It will bother you a bit, but I'm glad at least articulation is still there. They still try to get everything worked in all together, considering this is a Hot Rod that transforms into a Rodimus. And to be honest, I think it actually works a lot better than this guy did with his third-party upgrade. I think overall they pulled off really well. It doesn't feel like they cheaped out as much as they could. I do wish the stickers weren't peeling as much as they are, or as bad as they are. I wish he wasn't as wobbly, because there is some loose pieces in here, and this is only the second version of this mold. But overall, I give Rodimus Unicronus many thumbs up. He is a great big figure. For $45, the prices are going up, but they do try to give you your money's worth, and I do think he's very nice. So I would say the same for the Rodimus mold, but I have heard some other issues with that, like the colors and everything. So he might be a little different, but if you do see Rodimus Unicronus here, and you want either a Nemesis version of Rodimus, or you want the Shattered Glass Rodimus, he will do you great, and he is a very nice figure. So, this has been Nerdy Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope you have a great day. Take care.